Good morning, friends. It is Sunday, March 9th. This is the free NBA Daily Bets podcast show on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. My name is Eric. You can find all my official plays at Twitter at Easy Money Wins. And let's have a good day, guys. Let's have a winning day. That's a good day. Winning day is a good day. First game up, we have the Denver Nuggets at the Oklahoma City Thunder. The line is -8. Eights are popping up as it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. So we got some +8s for Denver if you like Denver. Still a couple -7.5 if you like the Thunder. Over-unders at 243. And let's take a look here. So I know that Jokic and Aaron Gordon are probable to play. Everybody else is good to go as well. And they've had a little bit of injury stuff pop up the last couple of weeks. And now they finally have their entire roster back. I believe. I think Strother's back too as well. Let me just double check really quickly here. Yeah, Peyton Watson is good. And no, Strother's he's on IR or whatever they call it for the NBA. So let's see. They just had a big win at home against Phoenix. OKC rested everybody, literally almost everybody on their roster. If they could rest everybody, they would have against Portland. And they still found a way to beat Portland, 107-89. So that was impressive for them. Excuse me. These two teams play again on Monday evening, so a back-to-back, kind of a back-to-back situation. And I like the under a lot, guys, 243. The thing about this is Denver on the road against a team that, when they're off a win and they're on the road. If we just looked at past two games at Boston, last Sunday, 110-103, at Milwaukee, 121-112, that stayed under. If we look at Phoenix, 122-105, that stayed under. I really like this to stay under, guys. This is just a little too many points. OKC likes to play defense, and I just think it's too many, guys. That's a high number. I know Denver plays fast, but they just don't shoot as well on the road. Obviously, teams shoot a lot better at home. So, and I think OKC is fine with not getting into a blazing pace with the back-to-back situation as well. So, also, I like Nuggets +8. Don't love it, but I like it. I might bet that as well. Next game up. We got a lot of games to go through, guys. Phoenix Suns at the Dallas Mavericks. We got the Mavericks home dogs of +7.5. Over-unders at 228.5, 229. And this is kind of a crazy line for Phoenix, guys. Like, Phoenix they're not disciplined defensively. So, like, I just don't. I don't see how they can win by more than 7. I just don't. Not on the road. I mean, when was the last time they won on the road by 7? Let's see, or by 8. At Chicago, they won by 4. At Golden State, they won by 25. That was literally their freaking best game of the season. That was a ESPN game. Let's see. They won at Brooklyn by 14 or 24. Okay, so they got it in them. They won at the Wizards at Washington only by 7. I just think there's just too much pride on this Dallas team to just get blown out. They really should have covered. I mean, that was an awful beat. If you had Dallas +10.5 against the Grizzlies the other day and they lost by 11 exactly, that was an awful beat, guys. Let's see. PJ Washington's out for this game. Kai Jones is out for this game. So Caleb Martin's questionable. He'll probably play a minutes restriction. Dante Exum is questionable. I would expect he plays as well. So, I mean, in my opinion, you have enough there to keep it competitive. Najee Marshall's been balling. Klay Thompson, Max Christie, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dwight Powell, Kessler Edwards. It's all guys that have been playing. They gave a really, really good effort last game. And the other thing is Phoenix on the road. I noticed this. Phoenix on the road doesn't play any defense, guys. So Let's see. I think this line's gone up a little bit. Let me see. The over under. No, it's gone down a little bit. So I don't agree with that. I think this game goes over. If we look at Phoenix's last couple road games, like they just go over. Obviously, Denver, I called that right on Friday night. Denver, Phoenix over, cleared kind of easily. At Memphis, it flew over. At Toronto, that went over. At Chicago, that game went over, I believe. Yeah, it did. At San Antonio, that held under, but it's because of the Phoenix Suns. They're not interested in playing defense right now, guys. They're just not. And so Dallas is going to give a good effort. Phoenix will do their thing and they'll score well probably. I can only look over 229, 228.5 and lean Mavericks plus 7.5. Okay. Next game up. We got the Grizzlies at the Pelicans. And I'm telling you, man, this Pelicans team, I already bet this last night. I bet Memphis minus 8.5. And it's just simple, guys. The Pelicans have no heart. Zion will not play in this game. It's not been announced yet, but it will be shortly announced this morning. Zion will not play in this game. We'll see if Bruce Brown plays in this game. He missed yesterday. Pelicans, they got whooped at Houston, and I mean, like they're gonna get whooped again, guys. It is what it is. They literally play no defense. There's no heart. There's no effort. If Willie Green's not fired at the end of this season, the head coach, I'd be really surprised. They just really don't care about winning at all. Yeah, this team has lost by double digits in 3 straight games. And Memphis has just too much firepower for them, guys. They just do. Memphis has too much firepower, too much heart. All the things that New Orleans lacks, Memphis has, and they're going to show it. Now, this is a front-end back-to-back for Memphis. They do play Phoenix tomorrow at home, but I think they know they need to win, guys. This is a team that hasn't had back-to-back wins since February 5th, so like they need wins. And again, just like I said, guys, track it every night. If the team wins, they'll cover the point spread. Just look yesterday. Obviously, if the underdogs win, they'll cover. Charlotte won and covered as an underdog. Houston won and covered as a 7-point favorite. Atlanta won as a 1-point favorite. Washington won outright. Chicago won outright as a dog. Orlando won outright as a dog. Boston covered as a 7-point favorite. Golden State is the only team that did not cover. They only won by 5, and the line was like 5.5. So close to it. But yeah, guys. I mean, that's what it is. If you pick the winners, they're most likely going to cover, even if it's a big point spread like Boston and Houston last night. So I like Memphis to get this win, guys. It's already up to -9 now. Totals at 239.5. I can't blame you if you want to take Memphis team total over. That'll probably cash too. And I mean, I can only look full game over, but I like full game over when Zion plays. When all the starters play for the Pelicans, that's when they go over the point totals. When they don't, that's when it goes under. So it lean under. The trend says under. When Zion sits, they go under totals. So that's the way I'd look for that, guys. Next game up, we got the Utah Jazz at the Philadelphia 76ers. And this line moved a lot. It was -7.5 last night. Now it's down to -5.5. Philly, the home favorite. And man, they're gonna make me want to take Philly. And I know that's hard to swallow right now. But Maxi's out, Paul George is out. But this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. The 76ers, they gave an awful effort at Boston. They did. They absolutely did. They were going through the motions. They won't do that at home, guys. They won't do that at home. And they won't do that against a lesser opponent. So, just like I said, teams I think are going to win. I mean, teams that win cover the point spread. I feel very confident Philly wins this game. Quentin Grimes might just be a good way to take his points total over. I'm actually getting into the prop market a little bit. 2-0 on player props past week. I'm being very selective, but Quentin Grimes points, I think that's a really good look today. Let's see what his point total's at really quickly here. Let's see the points for Mr. Quentin Grimes. Let's see. Where is it? Where is he? There he is, 19.5. Love it. I think he gets the 20 today for sure. And the reason being is that Utah just doesn't play any defense, guys. And what they're throwing out there, Walker Kessler is not playing, so they don't have a rim protector. So they'll start Isaiah Collier, who is trash. He's freaking trash. They'll start Cody Williams, Bryce Sensabaugh, KJ Martin, and Kyle Filipowski. That's probably who they'll start. They like Keontae George off the bench. And then Johnny Juzang, Micah Potter. Yeah, guys, this is the thing, guys. That Utah, they fight hard at home, guys. On the road, they'll give good effort, but they're not really serious about winning, guys. Like, they got out-rebounded by Toronto by a silly number, and that should have never happened, guys. Should have never happened. This is also a front end of a back-to-back. They played Boston on Monday at Boston. And, I mean, I'm just looking at their past road games, guys. They lost at the Clippers by 20, at the Lakers by 18, at Phoenix by 8. They lost to Golden State by 11. I'm going back into January now. They lost to Memphis by 22. Like, oh, Alexa, off. Sorry, guys. My alarm. And then Toronto, they just lost by 9, and Washington they lost by 3 without Jordan Poole. So, I mean, they did cover that Washington, but I mean, it's the Wizards, guys. It's the Wizards. Of course, they're going to get up for that game. So, this is what I'm saying. Philly, everyone that's been playing is going to play. Lonnie Walker, Yabusele, like the whole 9. Like, I mean, guys, they're going to win this game probably by 6 or more at the worst, I would think, guys. Now, this is a front end back-to-back for them. They do play Atlanta on Monday. But, yeah, guys, man, if this keeps going, if I get a minus 5.5, I'll still play, honestly. But I'll take a minus 5.5, but I would love a minus 5. It keeps going down. I'm going to write that down because I don't think I wrote that down. I think I just wrote Quentin Grimes, points over. 76ers minus 5.5. That's a bet, guys. I'm going to wait to see if it goes down even more. Okay. What's the total? Total is 227. I can only look under. It's just because the 76ers don't score a lot of points. It took Quentin Grimes to get 44 points for them to get to 120. Quentin Grimes doesn't go off like that. I mean, they never get to like 115. So I kind of like Utah points under. Let me see. What would that be? Points under for them be 113 minus 3. 110.5, maybe somewhere like that. I like it under. I lean it over. Don't feel amazing about it. But yeah, 76ers, I like them to win and cover that, guys. All right, next game up. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll have to see who plays for Milwaukee here because they played last night against Orlando. Orlando was hungry. They came out and got the win. And that was they've been really well off losses, guys. But their wins, no, they've been against good opponents too. Their losses, obviously this is a back-to-back, but let's see here. Let's see what's going on with the box score minutes. Taurean Prince 40 minutes, Giannis 35 minutes, Kuzma 39 minutes, Damian Lillard 36 minutes. Everybody else less than 30. So those are heavy minutes. Those are heavier minutes. So we'll have to see who plays and who doesn't. If Giannis sits but Dame plays and everybody else plays, I like the plus 9.5 that I'm seeing for Milwaukee. I would lean that way. Cleveland will get up for this game. Cleveland is healthy. But at the same time, Cleveland is kind of just going through the motions right now. They could have lost to Chicago, even though the score shows us differently. The game was like tied in the fourth quarter. Miami, they were down by 5 points in the fourth quarter. Charlotte, they were down by 10 points in the fourth quarter. I believe 10 points, like 8 points. So the last 4 games, they were down to Portland. Like, this is a team that's really teetering on a loss right now. They've won, 13 in a row? Yeah, 13 in a row. Huh. ESPN game. I like that +9, guys. I think I just hope Damian Lillard plays. If Lillard plays, I feel pretty damn good about that. Over under is at 238. Let's see here. It's hard betting. Cleveland's totals, they're just such a heavy over team. Their last two games went under, but I just, man, they got to get more unders, guys. They really got to get more unders because there's just no way they can keep going at this pace, guys. They are 65% to the over this year. That's like an all-time historic high. Like it's up there, guys. It really is. Let me see here. We got, and then them against the spread, 64.5%. Like, it just can't continue, guys. I really do think Milwaukee covers this, and I'll lean under, but I don't know, guys. I kind of think it's going to go over, but I'm not going to bet that. I'm not going to touch that game, most likely. Next game up, we have the San Antonio Spurs at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Spurs can't rebound worth a damn. They showed freaking no heart for De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox has no heart. Like let's make that clear right now. De'Aaron Fox has no heart. Okay, he doesn't. You go back to the team that drafted you, that you played for 10 years, that apparently did you dirty because you don't want the new head coach. Then you demanded a trade out because they fired Mike Brown, and the team's doing fine right now. The team's doing great. Like, they're gonna make the play-in tournament, and your ass is gonna be home. But he's fine with that. He's fine with that, guys. He really is. So yeah, they have no rebounders. The guards don't rebound. Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox don't rebound. Sacramento beat them 127-109 and just like pretty much dominated them, guys. After the first quarter, just dominated them. So I mean, this is the thing. They beat Brooklyn, the Nets, by a lot. That's not difficult to do. OKC, they got smoked. Memphis, they won by 2 on the road. That was kind of surprising with all things considered. But before that, they had lost 4 in a row. I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. I'm not going to be betting on the Spurs very much the rest of the season after, like, I mean, I'm getting 7 points on the road against Sacramento without, like, Malik Monk and Sabonis. Like, come on, guys. You got to keep that competitive. And they didn't. They have no heart. That team has no heart right now, man. Timberwolves are healthy, except for Gobert, but he's been out for like a month now, so who cares? They've won 4 in a row. Winning by margin, 3 out of the 4 wins. They didn't cover against Miami, guys. I was on them. That shit was the most like ridiculous not cover. It's like just, yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. So yeah, no back-to-back, no front-end back-to-back for them. For San Antonio, it is. They play Dallas on Monday, and I can only look Timberwolves -11. I know it's a big ass number. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't like Minnesota -11. I like the Spurs +11. But guys, I just Spurs will probably cover this game, guys. They probably will. As much like shit as I'm talking about them, they'll probably cover this game. It's really annoying. It'll probably be like a 7, and it's like classic Timberwolves shit too. Timberwolves will only win by like 7, 8 points and be happy with it. That's definitely what will happen. Yeah, guys. Spurs will probably give like a really, really good effort, and let's see what the over/under is. Maybe that's where we can make some money on this game. Over/under is 232.5. I like that over. I do like that over. Let's take a quick look into that. 236 at Sacramento. Yeah, San Antonio's cleared this number against slow-paced teams, fast-paced teams. The last 4 games, they've gone over this total. Let's see the Minnesota side. They've kind of gone over this total 2 out of the last 4, 3 out of the last 5. But this is at home. I mean, at home, they scored 126 against Philly. At home, no one played in that game. I kind of like over here, guys. I kind of like over 232.5. Timberwolves team total over might be a good way. I don't know if I put that on. I did put that on there. Yeah, I like D-Wolves points over, guys. Let's go next game. What would that be really quick? It'd be 132, so 116 plus 5, 121. It's high, but I still think they get there. Okay, next game up. We got the Detroit Pistons at the Portland Trail Blazers. Pistons played last night at Golden State and lost by 5, like I mentioned earlier. They played really well. Had every opportunity to win that game. They've now lost 2 in a row on this little road trip. They beat Utah first game by a lot, and then lost 2 now. This is the last game of the road trip, and then they go back home, and then they don't go back out west for the rest of the season, or like past Central Time Zone. So this is their last trip, truly out west, last game, and they don't do a lot of losing back to back. If they do play Portland, if they do play everybody, let's see how many minutes logged for everybody. Let's see here real quick. 38 minutes, Cade Cunningham. 36 for Tobias Harris. He was questionable yesterday to play. Everybody else under 30 minutes. Let's see here, guys. I would expect everybody plays for the Pistons. Now they played really good defense yesterday. I don't think that happens here, guys. I really like this over. I haven't seen what the total is yet. Let me just look at Portland's injury situation. Denny Avdija is the only guy on there really worth noting. He's questionable. I hope he plays because he's really, really good at home. He's good in general this year. Jabari Walker's questionable. Robert Williams is out. Nothing major there. Let's see. Portland, they just lost at Oklahoma City, like I said. But Portland's not good on the road, guys. Like, they had that win against Philadelphia, but honestly, Philadelphia, that's when Maxey got hurt, and Philadelphia was beating them in the second half. Like, Philadelphia just can't score. So, but they beat Brooklyn, Utah, and Washington. This is the first home game in a long time. I don't like that. I don't love those spots for teams, and they play Golden State on Monday, at Golden State on Monday, so kind of weird spot for them. I do like Pistons -3, -2.5. I think they do win this game, guys. It'll be tougher than a lot of people think like, hey, Pistons, that's super easy against the Trailblazers, but I still think they get that done. I still think they get that win. Yeah, over unders 232.5. And Portland's just been playing at such a freaking fast pace, guys. It's unreal how fast of a pace they're playing at, especially at home. Like, Pistons team total over, I think that gets there. That'll be like, what, 117, 118.5, 118, something like that. I think they do get to 120. I like that over a lot, guys. I do like that over a lot. I'm just going to put Detroit, Portland over 232, and Detroit -3. There's even a 2.5. I like 2.5 for sure. Yeah, that's the way I would attack that game, guys. Next game, last game up. This is a pretty good game, all things considered. Clippers hosting the Kings. Clippers are -6-point favorites. I think the line's too high, guys. Over-unders at 218.5. And the Kings is still the same Kings roster they're playing. No Malik Monk and no Domantas Sabonis. Both ruled out. But, Keon Ellis has been playing well. Jonas Valanciunas has been playing fine. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray. They're all playing well, guys. All playing well. And let's see. They play Monday at home against the Knicks. Like I said, they just beat San Antonio. They were up against Denver in the fourth quarter, and then they won 4 games in a row before that. At Houston, at Dallas. I think that was with Kyrie. No, that was not with Kyrie. I think that's the game Kyrie got hurt. And then, let's see, that was before the All-Star break. Like this team's playing damn good basketball, guys. Damn good basketball. They're 33-29. Like, they're going to make the play-in tournament for sure. No, this team's playing well, guys. I don't know why they're +6 dogs. I mean, let's see. The Clippers, they got a lot of people healthy now. Norman Powell is still out. Ben Simmons is out. So, the bench isn't amazing. It's Amir Coffey will probably start, so it'll be like our Derrick Jones Jr. So Bogdan Bogdanovic, Chris Dunn, and Nick Batum. I mean, it's an okay bench. They still got Harden, Leonard, and Dunn. They've won 2 in a row now at home. Covered the last 2 games as well. They're a good home team. I mean, most NBA teams are good at home, but that line's just a little too high. I feel like it should be closer to -4. And then I would bet it, but -6, it kind of, I mean, they probably do beat Sacramento by like 7 or 8, honestly. Sacramento team total under might be a good way to look here. Because them on the road, they scored 110 against Denver, 113 at Houston. I can't count the Jazz. Clippers have been playing a lot of good defense recently. Kind of. Yeah, they have been. What's that over under? 218? So 109. 109 minus 3, 106. Nah, I actually like that game to go over. I'm not going to bet that over, though. All right, guys, that's the show. Appreciate y'all for listening, as always. I will see you probably tonight for the Monday slate. Have a good one.